Friends and viewer, good evening. Washington Irving had written a marvelous short stories like The Rib Van Winkle, and the one which I'm going to discuss with you is today's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. So the story of this short story starts like this, that with the note that the tale was found written among the papers of a deceased man named Dietrich King Knickbrucker. The transcript tells the story of a young man named Ichabod Crane, who was the school teacher in a place called Sleepy Hollow 30 years earlier, around the year in 1790. Sleepy Hollow is a part of larger farming community of a Terry town. It is one of the oldest Dutch settlement in New York and is situated along the picturesque banks of Hudson River. Residents are fond of repeating stories of supernatural settings, sightings, and like the unusual occurrences experienced in Sleepy Hollow. And the area is considered both enchantingly peaceful and terrifying haunted. The most frightening of these is the tale of a headless horseman of Sleepy Hollow, who is believed to be the ghost of Hessian soldier decapitated by a cannonball during the American Revolution. The headless horseman is reported to ride swiftly through Sleepy Hollow at night, as if reenacting the battle that took his head. Before returning at daybreak to the churchyard where he is buried, while Sleepy Hollow inhabitants are mostly descendant of the early Dutch settler, Ichabod Crane is notably an outsider from the state of Connecticut. He is extremely tall, thin, and lanky, with a flat head and long beak like nose, giving him the appearance of the scarecrow. Despite his thin appearance, he has a ferocious, seemingly bottomless appetite. He is strict but mostly fair teacher, although he more often punishes the stronger boys while sparing the weaker ones. Since his salary mm, is as a school teacher is very small, his student families board him for a week at a time. Each abode prefer the homes of students whose mothers are known to be a good cooks, as well as those who are pretty old older sisters. To further earn his keep, each abode perform light farm work and assist with taking care of babies and small children. Each abode is also the choir master and earns additional money giving singing lessons. He considers himself a talented singer and is known to sing loudly each Sunday during church services. Ichabod is a firm believer in a witchcraft and the supernatural, a belief which deepens as he spends more time in Sleepy Hollow. His favorite book is The History of New England. uh, Witchcraft by Mather, and he knows it nearly by heart as he reads it in his free time. He enjoys spending evenings sharing and listening to ghost stories and other supernatural tales with the older woman of the town. He's particularly enthralled by the story of a headless horseman. However, each abode is also afraid of the dark and frightens easily on his evening walks home after these conversations. Ichabod enjoys being surrounded by the young women of the town and impressing them with his education and refined taste. In particularly, he hopes to court Katharina von Tassel, the beautiful and flirtatious daughter of a wealthy farmer. Ichabod is drawn to Katharina not only for her good looks and charm, but also because she is an only child and is said to inherit their father's wealth. He dreams about all the delicious ways the Von Tassel's family farm animal could be cooked, and he fantasizes about selling the estates and moving to the frontier with Katharina if they marry. Katharina, however, is already being courted by Abraham von Brunt, known by his nickname Broom Bones. She is rumored to be encouraging him, and his horse is often seen at the Von Tassel farm on Sunday evening. Popular and good humored Broom is locally recognized for his physical strength, his prowess as a horseman, and his penchant for playing pranks. His reputation has successfully intimidated the rest of the young man in town away from Katharina. Except for Ichabod, Ichabod does not openly challenge Broom for Katharina's heart, knowing that Broom would beat him in a physical fight. Instead, Ichabod gives Katharina private singing lesson twice a week. In his way, he can spend time with her alone without her parents present. This engaged Broom, who retaliates by playing various pranks on Ichabod. He and his friend break onto the a schoolhouse and turn all the furniture upside down. They stop up the schoolhouse chimney so it fills with smoke. Broom also trains a dog to howl whenever Ichabod sings, and they then gift it to Katharina. One autumn afternoon, Ichabod, along with the rest of the town, received an invitation to a party at the Van Tassel farm. In his excitement, Ichabod dismisses his student an hour early so he can get ready. He spent extra time on his appearances before leaving, fixing his hair, putting on his only suit to impress Katharina. He borrows a horse named Gunpowder from his neighbor. Hans von Ripper Gunpowder is an old plough horse, scruffy and grumpy, and blind in one eye. The stirrups of Gunpowder's saddle are too high up for Ichabod's gangly frame, and Ichabod's knees are bent as he rides, giving him the comical appearance of the grasshopper. On his commute to Von Tassel, whom he fantasizes about the food he will eat alongside Katharina if he successful